Oh, there we go. Okay. Hi! I'm just sharing this to get this out. And I'm gonna wait just a couple minutes, let everybody get notified, and then I can start. I don't know if this sideways is better. I don't like my head being cut off, but it'll work. Okay, maybe. We'll see. Okay. There we go. So, I'm gonna give people just a little bit. See if that'll work out. Hi, how are you? And if you can see me, if you can hear me, and if the screen looks okay, will you let me know? Sometimes the sideways thing works, but sometimes it doesn't. So, hi, how are you? Okay, so tonight I am going to be recreating this little guy. I made him earlier this week, and this is a sunglasses sleeve. It's made of cork leather, and it has a little reverse applique mint mousse. But this accommodates more of the slimmer type sunglasses, and it's really for like maybe you go to the beach and you put it in your tote. You don't want your sunglasses to get scratched up, so you put it in this, and it's really smooth. It feels almost like real leather, so we're gonna do that. And usually in my previous videos I've already had all my pieces prepped. They've been cut, interfaced, and all that stuff. Well, tonight I have maybe a couple of other ladies from a bag sewing group that I'm a part of, and I wanted to kind of show them how to do this as well, to give them a walkthrough, so you guys get to see everything cut to finish. So once again, we're making this, and it's super quick. It doesn't take very long at all. And so yeah, if you want to be a part of the giveaway, this month's giveaway, I am giving this cash envelope system wallet away. It's got 4 cash envelopes, and you can designate them for groceries or gas or bills or whatever. And some people are really like, this system is really becoming quite popular now. So, and it's super fun fabric. So if you want to participate in the giveaway, like, comment, or share this video, and each action will get you 1 additional entry. So, okay, we're gonna get started. Let's see if I can push this back. So this is my cork leather. I'm gonna do this on the ugly side. And this is the little template I use. I don't know if you can see me very well. Let's see if I can scoot over here. And I'm gonna take, this is just a regular color pencil. There's nothing special to this at all. I don't put a whole lot of money into fancy pencils that I can buy at the grocery store. So I'm going to trace my template. Thanks for sharing, guys. And I'm actually going to trace out two of these. And if you're from the creative bag making sewing group, if you didn't want to do the reverse applique, if you just wanted like a solid cork leather, you only need to trace and cut one of these templates instead of two. But I do two just to cover up the ugly side of the reverse applique. Thanks, Debbie. Hi, Laura. Okay. So I'm going to put this out of the way. Where's my scissors? Okay. So I'm just going to cut out what I just traced. And once again, this is like a super quick project. It takes next to nothing at all. I'm just going to get this out of the way, reduce the clutter. Oh, good, Sally. It's really fun and it's really addicting once you start using cork. I just ordered a whole lot more today. One piece. So one of these is going to be the exterior, and then the other one is going to be the lining. So now this is kind of fun. So I have my husband's phone right now. I made my own little stencil. This little guy, I made my own stencil using my iPhone, a piece of acrylic, and a Sharpie, and that was it. And I'll try to show you best I can how I did it on this. And what I mean by acrylic is this is like a plastic, just a plastic sheet I bought at a craft store, and you can easily cut it. I use my, if you've ever got a cutting block and you get those scissors, I don't ever use them for what they're intended to be, so I stole them and now they're in my craft room and I use them for cutting acrylic. So what I did is I got on my phone And I went to Google and I typed in moose silhouette. And pull this up. Come on. Okay, and then I just went through and I found whatever moose I wanted to make this project, and I don't know if he's on here, but it doesn't matter. So say like I wanted this little red guy, and what I did was I put this over here up on top of my screen, and then let's see if I can show you my Sharpie. And then I just got my Sharpie and I traced around him, and then I cut him out with the scissors, with those scissors that I showed you. And that's my stencil. That's what I have now. And I've made a ton of like pattern, like any pattern that I print out, if I use a lot of it, I'll make a template out of it, or I'll make a stencil out of it. So that's what I do. But anyways, I just wanted to show you ladies that real fast. You don't need any fancy programs. If you got a phone or even a piece of paper and a marker or a Sharpie, you can do it. Hi Natasha, how are you? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to figure out where I want to place this little guy. And so I flip it over and I place him about the same position. And then I get my little color pencil out again. I just trace around him. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You can perfect it once you start, carefully cutting him out. But and full disclosure to the ladies that are from creative bag making, I've never taken a reverse applique tutorial or class or whatever. I'm operating under the assumption that I know how it's done, so. But it worked the first time, so I'm gonna say that was pretty spot on. Okay. So now I have him cut out like this, and if you're like I am and you want to preserve as much material as possible so that maybe you can use it for another project, be as careful as you can when you cut that little guy out, because you can use him for another project. So I've got something for him maybe one day. I haven't figured out what it is yet, but he was too cute to throw away. So now I'm gonna get me a little cutting board, and my husband bought these little X-Acto knives for me for Christmas, birthday. He bought them for me, but I've only started using them recently and for this purpose. But now that I'm live, I'll probably cut myself to, kingdom come. And I don't try to go for perfection here or even to cut the whole thing, because once I can get a slot big enough for my scissors to fit, then I'll do that. What, Kelly? Okay. Oh, no, I hope I don't cut myself. About 2 years ago, I cut myself with a rotary cutter, and like 4 stitches later, it still makes me cringe whenever I have to cut fabric with it. And this is probably the biggest no-no, cutting with these scissors, but I won't, I won't tell the cutting police if you don't. Huh? The moose's head has so much detail, you have to constantly like go back and forth. Probably wasn't the best choice for a video. But if you do, something like this, you just want to be as careful as possible so that you can preserve the material that you cut out for maybe another really cute project. So I might be almost done with this guy, maybe. So now I have this little guy, and he can go on a different project in the future with his twin over there. And now I have this little guy to work with. So this next step, you can use just quilting cotton. That's what I use. I have this mint scrap piece, and I think as long as you use at least SF101 interfacing or anything more firm than that, you'll be okay. I have a little bitty scrap piece. It's not SF101. It's more like a webbed interfacing. I couldn't honestly tell you off the top of my head which one this was, but well, I guess iron needs to heat up. But I think as long as you have SF101 or greater, you should be okay. And you don't need a whole lot. Maybe just, this is about a 3 by 3 inch scrap piece, so you don't need a whole lot. And I wouldn't put it like right up against the edge of your material. I'd give you some space so that you can cut off the excess later. So now, I don't know how we're going to do this here. So now, I don't know if you can see that well, but let me get you guys closer. Here, I'll lay it on top. So you want to just try to put your empty space over the middle of the interfacing. And you're not really going for perfection, it's just you just want to get it on there. Maybe. Okay, so something like that. And you know, I don't really pin or clip because pins make holes that you can't take away, and there's really nothing to clip, so I'm just gonna try to keep it as like steady as possible. I'm gonna use a Teflon foot for this little guy, so that my foot doesn't stick to the cork. And I'm so sorry, my head is like cut off. But alright, so bring him closer to me. And I'll get you guys a better view here in a second. Just 1 minute. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can. Alright. So I'm just going. I'm totally gonna not multitask here. But you just want it like right up against the edge. What you're doing essentially is you're just basting your cotton, or you're basting your cork onto your cotton. So I don't know if that's helpful or not with my big hands, but I'm gonna finish this. My face is probably making like all the different, you know, negative faces. I get kind of serious when I sew. I don't know why, I guess I zone out. And what I'm doing, like all this beeping over here, is I'm just adjusting my stitch length to fit around the curve of the moose antlers, just so that I don't go over and onto the fabric. And if you are just joining and you want one last chance at entering into the giveaway that I'm doing for this month, go ahead, like, comment, and share this video. And each action will get you one additional entry into the giveaway. Oops. Evelyn, are you a part of the creative bag making group on Facebook? Because if you are, one of my previous posts gave you the link to that pattern. It's not mine, it's a free pattern, and it gives you the template for this as well. You're welcome, Kelly. You're welcome, Evelyn. Sorry, I know I'm going at like a snail's pace right now, but I don't want to mess it up. Now, okay, so now, it's okay, Sally. I'll make sure it gets saved into the creative bag making group if that's what you're a part of, and then you can just review it whenever you have time. Yes, Mary Jo. So right now, I've basted it on, I've used this matching thread, so you can't really see it that well, but yeah, it's on there. And now, so we want to get rid of all this excess stuff, and you don't have to cut it like down to the thread. You could just, I mean, you can leave off quite a bit if that's what you prefer, but just gonna cut off what's not needed. Make sure I don't cut any of this off. It still comes down a little bit. Alright, so now all the excess is cut off and he's starting to look a little bit prettier. This is like a brown, I want to say it was just plain brown, but I got this from SewSweetness.com, Samantha. And I think she has more. I bought more from her today, and I might have spent a little too much, but we're not going to tell the husband. Okay, so next, we're almost done. Like, this is the finishing bit. So you put this pretty side down, so the ugly side is showing, and then you put the cork, the pretty side of the cork leather up on top of that. And this part I will clip. You're welcome, Samantha. So this pattern calls for a 1/8 of an inch seam allowance, which is kind of scary if you're used to using a 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 an inch, but with it being a non-fraying material, it's really not going to hurt that it's just 1/8 of an inch. And you definitely want to stick to that because the size of it will be negatively influenced if you use anything greater than 1/8 of an inch. So keep that in mind. And now I'm just going to do, I guess, like a top stitch, but I'm basting the whole thing together. I'm sorry if I'm shaking you guys. I still haven't fixed that problem yet. more step and then we're done. So now it's all put together, but we want to fold this in half and make sure the pretty side is facing you. You don't want it on the inside because then nobody can see your pretty little moose. So I'm going to pin this to, or clip, I guess. You know, I tell all of you, like, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it just drives me crazy if I can tell something's off. So now, you can't probably see it, but where I stitched right here earlier, I'm going to go right back over that from this end to this end, and we're going to leave this top edge alone because that's where we're going to put our sunglasses into. We are finished. Just trim your strings and that's it. Whoops. Alright, so yeah, it's done. Jeanette, yeah, I mean, I would say so. I haven't had any problems with it yet, and I've made a purse out of it. So I've made this little crossbody out of it, and I changed between this and my other Old Faithful bag, and I haven't had any problems out of this. I've sold plenty of little zipper pouches, and none of them have come back with any negative feedback to say. So it's definitely sustainable, and it's great against moisture. But yeah, so now I have two twins. So I hope you liked the little tutorial. I'm not the best at explaining things, so if there's any questions, I'll try my best to answer them. If you aren't from... I do, but I don't do a whole lot of back stitching. I just do maybe a couple of stitches here and there. But if you're not from creative bag making and you're just my regular viewers, like I said, this is your last chance to get those additional entries in for the giveaway. I'll be announcing the winner Tuesday on the 31st, live at 8 p.m. I'm gonna do a drawing. I have my little bucket of stuff over here, and so yeah, I'll announce the winner. You don't have to be present on here to win, but you do have 24 hours to claim it before I go to the next person in line. Next month I'm giving away one of my little tissue cases. I'll show you what they are. Maybe. Okay. So these are my little tissue purses. You know, it's a regular coin purse compartment, but the twist is it has a tissue compartment on the back of it. So just want to make sure you're prepared for allergy season coming soon. So at the end of February, I'll be giving away that. What else is happening in February? Hold on. So live videos for next month. I'm going to be doing a turnabout pouch. the first Friday of February. A turnabout pouch is, I should have fluffed this a little bit more, but this is the turnabout pouch. It's by Little Moo Designs. Super cute makeup bag or beach bag or whatever you want to use it for. But I'll be doing that. I'll be doing a live video making a tissue case. I'm going to make a mini clutch wallet. Those clutch wallets are by Emmeline Patterns. And then February 24th, I'm going to be doing a live video, but it's going to be a mystery item. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is yet. But yeah, that's what's happening. So, thank you, Brenda. I do really enjoy this. It's kind of been an addiction lately. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys Tuesday.